Hello and welcome to today's class. So in this class, we're looking at Snapseed and how to use it to edit our pictures and everything. So once you open your Snapseed application, this is how it should look like, and I'm going to show you how you can easily set it up. So this is what I'm going to do. Now in the top right corner, you can see this three dotted icon over here. So we are going to use it to set up our Snapseed app. Now when you tap on it, you can see settings. Then in settings, you can either change your theme to white theme or dark theme. Mine is in dark. Now you can see something called export and sharing options. Then we have image sizing. The best thing for you to put here is do not resize. If you tap on it, you can see 4000 px, 2000 to 800 px. So you tap on do not resize. That way your images are still saved the right way. The next thing here is format and quality. Here you can see JPG 100%. So that's the format and quality. Then you tap on it. Now the best format to save your pictures is actually PNG format, but the thing is that once you use the PNG format, it takes up a lot of space. So right now we advise you use the JPG 100%. So that is it. Now we are done and we've set up our Snapseed account. So then Snapseed app. The next thing to do now is we go over to editing. So I'm going to tap anywhere. As you can see, it says tap anywhere to open a photo. So you can just tap anywhere. Then you import the picture of your choice. Okay, so I have successfully imported the picture, and this is the picture I want to work with. So now if you look down here, you can see different filters, different effects, but this is not where we're going to yet, but this is it. So we can see portraits. We have portraits. We have something called smooth. We have different filters. You can easily play around with it and everything. And there's also something here. Let us assume you want to apply a particular filter on another picture. You can always save it as a preset. So this is an example. I'm going to tap on this silhouette here, and I click on the check mark and I'm done. Then scroll to this side. Then this plus icon here. This plus icon. So just tap on it. Now it says save this look. This look will be saved to my looks. You can apply this edit to any other image. So I'm just going to save it as, let's say, beach. Then tap on save. So right now it has been saved. And I can just import any picture of my choice right now and apply that same effect on it, which I'm quickly going to do. So you just tap on open again. Open. So this is the picture that I imported. Now I'm going to go back to, I'm going to scroll over and go to this same place where I see beach. This is the preset that I have saved. As it has been saved, it is now called a preset. So you can tap on it. And now that filter has been applied to this picture. That is all. So now let us go over to the next aspect of Snapseed. We're going to look at tools. So I'm going to go over to tools. Now in tools we have different options. We can see tone, image, details, hailing, tonal, contrast, drama, and every other thing. So for this video I'm going to be going over, I'm going to start from tone, image to, I'm going to be stopping at drama, because I'm going to stop at for this video. Okay, so let us begin. I'm going to quickly change the image for this. Okay, so this is the image that I want to work with. So I'm going to go back to tools, then tap on tone image. Tone image is the first thing. So now we have brightness. If you look up here, you can see something called brightness. Okay. So now tone image deals with brightness, it deals with contrast, it deals with saturation, ambience, and different kind of effects. Now, for me, I use it as my go-to for a full body edit. So now if you look here, this icon over here, and you tap on it, you can see the different effects that here we have: brightness, contrast, saturation, and every other thing. And the easiest way to also go to it, you don't really have to tap to it, you can just scroll your hand up or you scroll your hand down. Okay, scroll your finger up or down. Now right now it's selected at, let me go to brightness. So if you want to increase the brightness or reduce the brightness, if I want to increase it, I'm going to move my finger to the right to increase. If I want to reduce, move my finger to the left to reduce. Okay, if you look up, you can see how it's reducing and how it's increasing. Now next I'm going to go over to contrast. Contrast gives the picture a more vivid look. So this is me increasing it and this is me reducing it. Alright, so next one we have here is saturation. So saturation deals with the colors. It deals with the colors of your images, it brings out the colors. But if you reducing the saturation, gives it a black and white effect, like a faded effect, something like this. But if I increase it, you can see it makes my picture a bit sharper and everything. Now the next thing to do, sorry. Alright, so the next thing, sorry, coming back to tournament. So we can see saturation. Now the next one here is ambience. This is what ambience does. Ambience brings out the light. It brings out the light in your pictures. And if by reducing it, it also lowers the lighting in the pictures. So the next thing is highlights. Highlights are mostly to bring out specific details on the pictures, like maybe you want to to make the picture a bit sharper, a bit clearer, a bit bolder, and every other thing. So shadows deals with the shadows. It deals with the darker parts of the images, and for that I'm going to change the image so you can see it clearly. Okay, so this is what I'm going to use for shadows. I'm just going to scroll over and go to shadows. Now if you look closely on the picture, you can see that the trees, there are clouds, there are suns, water, and there's also a sunset. So if I increase the shadow, this is what it does. It's bringing it out, like it's making the dark part of the image brighter. Now if you look close, you can even see the sun a bit clearer. Now if I reduce it, it makes the darker part of the picture darker. So that's everything about shadow. Then the next one is warmth, and I will change the picture for that. Okay, so warmth is the color temperature of the picture, and this is what it does. So if you increase it, it makes your picture look like, gives it this yellowish orange kind of color to it. It makes it look warmer. Then if by reducing it, it gives it a more colder vibe, makes it look, that's a blue effect on it, makes it look cold. That is everything we need to know about all the tools here. So the next icon here we can see is, sorry, this icon that has stars around it. So that is basically the auto adjust. If you tap on it, it automatically adjusts your picture for you. Just take a look. It has given it different automatically. So you can just paste any picture of yours and put it here, then decide to do it automatically. If you want to edit your pictures or your portraits, you can decide to use this too, because it's literally like a full body edit. Apart from when you are doing advanced editing, you can go over to other tools, which you'll be looking at soon. Okay, so now we are done with this. The next thing we're going to go over to here is details. So the thing about details is that it has two major tools, which is structure and sharpening. Now sharpening is to bring out, is to enhance the image, makes the image sharper, to make it more clearer. The details are like brought out. That is why it's called detail. Structure is also the same thing. So I would like to change the picture for this. Alright, so this is it for details. Now I'm going to increase the structure, and if you look closely at her face, it's bringing out everything on her face. But structure, the thing about structure is that do not use it too much. Do not use it too much, because less is more. Anytime you are trying to anytime you are trying to edit a picture on anything you want to edit, do not add too much effects, because it's going to look fake, it's look unnatural. So if you want it to look natural, let your effects be as minimal as possible. So this is the thing about structure. If you want to reduce the structure, it makes the face look a bit brighter. Now using the structure tool and everything, using the details tool is mostly used for portraits. You mostly use it for portraits. If you also want to go into the advanced editing, you can use it for portraits and all that. So this is it. And you can also use structure to smoothen the face, but you also have to use another tool with it, but we'll go into that later. So the next thing here is sharpening. If I scroll down, I can see sharpening. Now sharpening does not really, it just brings it out a bit, it makes it more clear. I don't know, gives it this kind of detailed look, but without giving it too much effect like what structure does to the image. So that is all for sharpening and everything. So that is all for this tool. Now if you want to check your before and after, you can easily, if you look at this icon here, this icon here is for before and after. That's to check your before and after. So you just hold, hold and release. That's to check before and after. So we are done with this. The next thing we're going to go over to is curves. Now curves is a completely different tool on its own, and it's really excuse me, it is really a lot. So I'll be sending a video tutorial on that later, a separate video. So the next thing we're going to do right now is white balance. White balance. So white balance is just the same thing as warmth. As you can see, if you look up, you can see temperature. You can see since temperature, like I said earlier, by increasing it, you're giving it a warm a warm, hot vibe. By reducing it, you're giving it a very cold and cool vibe. Right now, it makes the picture actually look very nice. Right now, this temperature is very, very nice. Now, since is to add colors, like maybe a purple vibe. If you're using it for skies and everything, you see it more better. And I give you this orange, yellowish, greenish, pink, purple, reddish kind of vibe. Now, this place where you see AW, that is automatic adjust. You can adjust it automatically. Then this place is to find your filters. Find your filters, just tap on it and you see it. The next one is the eyedropper. So this eyedropper too is to pick whichever part of the picture you want to focus on. So I'm going to change the picture so you can see it more better. Alright, so here we are. So now I'm going to go over to the eyedropper too. I'm just going to move it around and move it around. So I want to focus on the clouds. Now I can come back here and just give it a little bit of a tint. So right now I'm focusing on just the clouds, so it's not really going to affect much of the picture, just the cloudy parts. If you can look at it, it's not really affecting the grass down there. It is, but not as much as it's affecting the clouds. So that is it for these two. So the next two we have here is crop, and crop is to crop your pictures. Now we have different cropping tools. We can see free. Now the thing about free is that free means you can easily crop it anyhow you want. You don't have to follow a certain dimension. You can move it the way I'm moving it right now. This is what free does. Then if you want to find the remaining options, you click on this. So I'm going to tap on it. Then I have original. Original means the exact same way the picture has been. You can't move it any other way than that. Next we have square. Square means even if you want to crop it, everything's going to be in square form. Then the next one is DIN. This is going to be all true. So the best to use is free. The best to use, anytime you want to crop a picture, I would advise you use free, because that way you can easily do it the way you want to do it. Then this is just to rotate the angle of your cropping. Yeah. So that's basically it for here. Now the next two we have is rotate, and rotate is to rotate the image. Now if you tap on this tool over here, it is to invert your image like a mirror, maybe left and right. So I'm just going to quickly show you a demonstration. Now tap on it. As you can see, the mountain has been moved to the other side. So this is what this tool does. Then the next one here is rotate. This particular one here is rotate. So I'm going to quickly rotate it, and as you can see, you can rotate. Now if you look up, you will see something called straighten angle 0.00 degree. That means you can use your own hand to move to the left or move to the right. You can scroll to the left, you can scroll your finger to the left or to the right on your screen. Just rotate it anyhow you want. So just the basic thing is just to play around with all these tools. Okay, so we are done. The next thing we have now is perspective. Okay, on the perspective tool, I'm going to use a different image for that. But before I start, I want to quickly explain perspective. The thing about perspective is that the best image to use for perspective are buildings, landscapes, but mostly buildings, cities. That's the best image for you to use for perspective, because you don't really need to use it on your own pictures. I'm going to quickly show you a demonstration by changing the picture. Alright, so here we are. Perspective. So now in perspective, we have different options here. We can see tilt, rotate. I'm coming. Okay, so we can see tilt, rotate, scale, free. So now, right now the option is on tilt. So tilt is to like tilt it, maybe left or right. So you can see the arrows on the image already. So you can just move your finger to the left or to the right. That's tilting. Then the next one is, if you want to locate your tools, you come here. So the next one is rotate. Rotate is to rotate. This one you can just move your hand in a circular motion to get to what you are looking for. Then the next tool over here is scale. Scale is basically to fit it, to expand it. And just look at what it does. Scale is to expand it. You want to get a more view of your image. And the thing about this is that once you do that, it tends to fill out the other spaces. Like what it's doing right now, it's filling out the other spaces. This is how scale works. So most of the times using this is mostly for buildings, and if you're actually into advanced editing, sorry. So I'm coming. Let me quickly show you the last two. which is free. Now free, like when we're using the crop tool, free means to move it freely. You can move it freely. As you can see the way I'm moving it now, you can move it freely anyhow you want to. Do those four corners that I showed, you can move it anyhow you want to move it. Sorry, yeah, free. You can see the four corners here, the four corners, left, right, up and down. That's it. So you can try to move it any way you want to move it. That is how free works. So the next thing is this. Now this, you can see smart, white and black. The thing is, smart is used to fill up the other spaces with the exact same image. This is what smart does. I had to pinch my screen to reduce the image so you can see how smart works. Now if I tap on it now, I want it to be white. It's going to fill up the background with white. I want it to be black. It's going to fill up the background with black. So this works best when you're editing buildings. For nature lovers, like to take pictures of buildings and everything. This works best when you're doing that. So the next two we have here is, this is going to be our auto adjust tool. So we're going to do that and adjust it automatically for us. Okay, it's working. And this is it, that's been adjusted for us automatically. So if you're not really used to this tool and you want to try it out, I'll advise you start learning it using the auto tool so you can easily know, okay, how was it moved and everything. So if you look closely at all the corners, you can see the way it was edited differently. That's it. So we are done with perspective tool. We are going to move over to the next tool. Alright, so the next tool we have here is expand. And expand, just like the same way we finished doing the last one, it shows us smart, white, black. Expand is to expand. So if I tap on black, sorry, expand is to expand. That's it. And if you look at the image, you can see different corners where you can easily edit by yourself. So this is it. So quickly, let me show you how it works. So you can just drag your hand up. You know, the option was selected on black, so it's going to give it a black feel. This is what it does. White, give it a white feel. Smart, it fills it up with the image. It's just the same thing as how perspective works, but this is a way more neater than perspective. So we are done here. Now the next tool on our list is the selective tool, and the selective tool is a very beautiful tool. I would have to change the image for this. So for the selective tool, I'm going to use one of our students' picture for this, and this is selective. So selective, if you look closely here, you can see this cycle icon, then in the middle there is a plus sign. Now that is the selective itself. That's the tool we're going to use, and it's right now it's glowing blue. It shows that it's active. So let me show you. Now I'm going to selective thing, the selective tool. Now it is used to select specific parts of your images that you wish to edit. Okay, I want to brighten up the neck region of my image, so I can just tap on it, then so I can just tap on it, then I would brighten up that particular part to give it a contrast or a saturation. So let me quickly demonstrate. Now I'm going to tap on his face because that's where I want it to be. So as you can see, it shows B means brightness. If you take your finger up and down, you can see the other filters. We have contrast, saturation and structure. So right now, if you look closely here, it is white, means it is not active at the moment. So but if you want to edit a different part, let's assume I want to take it to his arm. Now I have to tap on its back. Now that it's blue, it means it's active, so I'm going to tap back on his hand, and now it is active. Now if you look at this one over here, it is no longer active again, because it means that even if I do anything here, it's not going to affect his face. That is how it works. So I'm going to quickly edit the different part of it. Now if you want to edit his face back, you just have to tap on what you left on. I have to tap on C, and that's saturation. So now I'm going to increase the saturation of his face, and if you see, it is getting brighter, but it's not affecting any other part of his body. Now I'm going to tap on his arm. I'm going to reduce the brightness. You can see it's dark, but it's not affecting other part of it. So now if you have a picture, you want to work on a specific part, this is the best tool for you to use. So this is everything. Now the next one here is the eye dropper, the eye tool. The eye tool is to check with the places where you've placed is to hide it or view it, to see them or you hide it. You can see if I tap on it, it disappears, that's it. So we are done with this. The next tool we have is the brush tool. Okay, I'm coming out to change the image for this. So Alright, so the brush tool, we have 4 options here. We can see dodge and burn, exposure, temperature, saturation. Now this blue here, where I'm shading orange right now, sorry, means the dodge and burn option is available because you can see it's blue. Blue means it's working, it's available. Okay, so let me quickly delete all this. Now, dodge and burn. Dodge means to brighten it up, while burn means to darken. It means to darken. So if you look closely at this image, you notice that the flowers are a bit blurry. So I want to show you something. This arrow that is pointing downwards, it means to decrease. You can see it now. This arrow that is pointing upward, it means to increase. That means I want to reduce or increase the filter. But if I tap on the arrow that is pointing downward, I will still get to something called eraser. That means you can erase the filter that you have applied on it. So now I'm going to just reduce my effects. Yeah. So look at what it's doing to the flowers. It's making the flowers a little bit sharper than before, because if you look closely, you could have said, okay, these flowers were actually a bit kind of dull. Now they look so better. But I'll show you before and after so you can see it clearly. So before and after, tap on this, release your hand. Tap on this, release your hand. As you can see, there's a difference now. Yeah, so this is it. There is a difference. So next, I'm going to tap on the arrow that is going up to increase my filter on it. It's going to do the exact opposite, because increasing my filter right now, I'm adding more effect on it. So you can use any image for this. Let us, you have an image, you have a picture of yourself, let us say a full body picture of yourself, but the outfit is not really sharp. You can use it to bring out the detail on your outfit. You can make the colors a bit brighter just by brushing on it. Right now I'm making it a bit whiter, sorry, just by brushing on it to bring out, to really bring out the yellow on our gown right now. I'm just going to brush on it very well to bring out the yellow on our gown and everything. And I can also brush on her hair to darken it. So this one, you can even brush on her face to give it a little bit of color. So this is what brush does. It does not affect any other parts. You can work on it separately just by gently brushing your finger over it. So the next tool here is the eye tool. This marking tool is to see where you've edited on. So if I tap on it, this is what shows now. This red overlay means that these are the places that I have worked on. So it gives you a view of where you've worked on and all that. So this is it for dodge and burn. Now the next we have here is exposure. Increase this. Now exposure is how far the your filter shows. Let me move it all around. As you can see now, it's so bright. It's so bright. This is what exposure does. It brings it out a bit. So this is also reducing it. This is also increasing it. The arrows are there. Sorry. Now the next thing we have here is temperature. Temperature is, like I've said earlier, is warm and cold. So I can decide to change the temperature of the image of it just by brushing over. So let's say I reduce it now. It's changing it to blue. Now it's cold. This is what temperature does. So these are its works. The next one here we have is saturation. Saturation works on the colors. It makes the color come out a bit. So right now it's increased. So you can see the gown is getting so bright. The colors on the gowns are coming out so much. So this is saturation. Now if I reduce it by tapping on this arrow, it's going to go back to the way it was before. So this is how brush tool works. So this is everything about the brush tool. So we are done with this. The next thing we're going to go over to is healing, and I'm going to change the picture for this. So here we are, healing. Now healing tool is to remove the unwanted parts of the image. You took a picture beside a not so nice environment. Let's just say there were litters around the ground, maybe deaths or deaths, papers, nylons and every other things. But you're like, okay, you want to remove this so your picture can look a little bit presentable. This is what you can do with healing. But the thing about healing is that before you start to apply the effect, make sure you zoom in on your picture just by pinching on your screen, then zooming in, zooming out. That way it's not going to adjust, because if I just decide to brush over like this is what's going to happen. Just watch this. It has literally altered the image. So the best thing for you to do is this tool here is to reverse, undo, or you reverse what has been done. So now I want to remove this girl from this picture entirely. I'm just going to zoom on it, zoom on her rather. Then move my fingers across till I'm done removing everything here without disturbing the image. So you have to be very careful with this. If not, you can really alter the picture. This picture is actually quite plain because it's only the girl here. If the other illustrations on the back would have been a bit difficult. So the main thing for you to do is um always zoom on it. So this is how the healing tool works. I'm going to demonstrate it on that picture right now. Alright, so this picture is actually the edited one. I'm coming, let me quickly. So this is the picture that I want to use. Now if you look closely on the floor, you can see that there are dents on the floor and it does not look presentable at all. So there's something you can do. You can use the healing tool to clear all those dents out by, don't forget I always say zoom on it so it's be easy. So you can just brush your finger across it or you just tap on it. If it's too small, I would advise you just tap on it. Just brush your finger on it. This one I can just easily tap on it. So I can tap on this, I can tap on it also here. Then you tap on this one here. So you zoom out, then move your fingers across your screen, then you zoom in again. So you can just do this. And you can do this. You have to be very careful when using this tool. If not, you can alter your own image. Alright, so basically I've been able to remove most of the dirt. I'm just going to do a little bit so you can see it. So this is it now. Let me click here. So before and after, you can see changes that has been gone, and I didn't really alter their legs here in the image. So this is how healing tool works. Now the next tool we have here is HDRscape. So let me quickly change the image for. Alright, so this is the picture that we want to use now, and for HDRscape. Now HDRscape basically it creates this high dynamic range effect. It gives it more contrast and more details. That's it. So now the best way for you to use this is by giving it a 20 to 30% filter strength because it's better that way. It doesn't really, and it's actually best for landscape. Let's say the city, mountain pictures or forest pictures. For nature lovers, this is, you can also use this to edit your pictures and everything. So if you look closely, you can see filter strength. So this is it. Now we have different options here. We have brightness to increase the brightness, and we have saturation to increase the saturation. Now this icon beside it is called style. We have strong makes it extremely strong, fine it gives it this much more softer vibe, and people means if there were people on the image that have also it's also done an effect to them, but just a little bit. Then the next one is nature. Nature is going to just affect the nature. This is already nature itself, so this is just nature. If you can see it, this is it. So this is the thing, you can really get amazing images from here. The main thing is just play around with it and be creative, but do not apply too much effect. So the best way for you to use this is between 20 to 30% range. That's it. So that's everything about HDRscape. The next one we have is Glamour Glow. So I'll quickly change the picture. We're almost done. Okay, so here we are for Glamour Glow. Glamour Glow gives this soft vibe. Gives you a very soft vibe, and you can also combine it with a skin smoothing filter for this professional kind of retouching. And the best picture for you to use for it is portrait, your own picture. So this picture now, as you can see, if you look closely down, you can see 1 2 3 4 5. These are different types of glow. We have different glows. So then you can increase the glow strength. Maybe you can give it, you can reduce it, you can increase it, you can increase it, you can give it a saturation according to how you want, but too much saturation is not good though, so let's not do it like that. Then warm it, we know warm it, color temperature and all that. So that's basically how this tool works. Now the next one here is the tonal contrast. Now tonal contrast involves the highlights, midtones and shadows. You just design you edit them separately. Now the thing is that the best picture for you to use for this are landscapes. Again, nature lovers, this is the best picture for you to use. So I'm going to, but I'm still going to use on this picture. So as you can see, we have high tones, mid tones, low tones, protect shadows and all that. So high tones, you can increase it, makes it a bit sharper. You can also reduce it. Since it does not really give it that much effect, so it's just really light touch. So this is something you can do if you don't want your picture to look overly edited. You can use this. You can also use it for your photos also. You can use this. It's really nice. So that's all. Now the last tool we're going to use for today is the drama tool, and the drama tool is very dramatic. Let me change the picture. This is what I get to use for the drama tool. Right now it's on automatic. Now the drama tool, it is quite dramatic. And the best picture for you to use for this is all these, rainy pictures. It really brings it out. Maybe you love taking pictures of trees and everything. Even the streets, you can take take a picture of the streets and use the drama tool to bring it out. And it's also good for black and white pictures also. So we have different filters. We have drama 1, drama 2, bright 1, bright 2, dark 1, dark 2, any one of your choice. So I really like this dark 2 vibe. It's kind of nice. It gives you this nostalgic feel rather. Sorry. So we have filter strength. You can increase it or you can reduce it. We also have the saturation. Now the saturation here is to also bring out the lightning, because most of the times once you apply the drama to it, may make your lighting a little bit dull. So I'm just going to bring out the lighting a bit with saturation. Then that's basically it for this. Then I'm going to come back to tune image and increase the brightness of the image a bit so it does not look too dark. I'm just going to increase it. Maybe I can add a little bit of ambience. And this is it. So now I am done. I applied the drama to just make my picture pop out a little bit. I didn't have to do too much. Now you can really notice everything. You can see the card there. You can even see the lights that still goes on, because after this yellow light we can see blue, we can still see yellow, we can still see blue again, and everything. It brings a much more clearer detail and all that. So you can even see the light reflection on the tree over here. Now if I check the before and after, this is the difference. Sorry, this is the difference of before and after. So now before and after, it does not really look like all the lightning has blended with the image. It does not look like as if it's a bit cloudy, because the original image kind of look cloudy if you look at it right now. Sometimes you may see a picture now and you'll be like, wow, this picture looks so nice, but once you edit it, you'll be like, wow, it looks way more better. Like right now, at first when I saw this image, I was like, okay, this is nice, but after the edit, I can see, no, this is way sharper, and that is it. So thank you so much. We are done. So this is basically everything for this first day. By tomorrow we'll be going on. I'm looking at the vintage to grainy frame all the way to frames, and after that we'll be looking at how we can export our pictures successfully. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys in my next class, and I'll also be sending the assignment to the group. So please let us do our assignments and submit it to the group. Thank you so much.